Zane Lowe's world record.
OneRepublic are back, and this is a mid-tempo stomper which finds Ryan Tedder on the mic. I mean, dare I say, spitting thoughts, you know? Throwing back to Oklahoma origins and and declaring themselves frugal when it comes to spending money.
That's right.
It's a super fun song, man, Connection. Let's talk a little bit about it, because it is OneRepublic to some degree, you know, beautifully outside your wheelhouse. So let's talk about how this happened.
Yeah, so from the last album, we went on a promo tour from hell, and I ended up pulling the plug on the whole album. We literally released the album, and a month later I called the label and I said, I can't promote this album. I'm gonna die. Like, I had to get on anti-anxiety medicine. I wasn't sleeping. I was having panic attacks and shaking, and I'd been gone like 250 days of the year, and we hadn't even toured. It was just promo. And then we'd pick up random gigs. It was nuts. So long story short, I, for the first time in 10 years, just pumped the brakes and said, that's it. I went in, sat with my label, said, guys, don't hate me. I can't promote this album. I can't do it. And it was the most eclectic and my favorite body of work that we had done. And we were coming off the biggest album of our career. So it was a very unexpected decision, but it saved my sanity. It probably saved my marriage. It saved my life, honestly. Last year we chilled. I worked on other people's projects. And then towards the end of 17, I looked at the calendar and I was like, oh my God, like, we need to put new music out. Yeah. It's time to go. We have so many songs that we have coming. It's kind of hard to choose. And so with Connection, basically the whole idea was, and a lot of what this album is about, is human connection. And so trying to find authenticity and authentic connection. This is kind of one of like 4 or 5 that we honestly couldn't decide what to put out first. In the history of OneRepublic, the biggest single is never the first thing we release. It's usually the second or the third. So all things being equal, we kind of said, okay, well, there's a huge campaign coming this summer. This feels like a summer record. Let's put it out. And then 2 months later, let's put out another one.
World record!
We did a song for 13 Reasons Why.
With Logic, right? Yeah.
With Logic, yeah.
How's that relationship going? Because you guys you seem to be on a wave.
I talked with him, was it yesterday? I think yesterday or the day before, we talked at length because we were going over the final mix of the jump off his single that is coming. I'm not allowed, I don't think I can say the exact date, but very, very soon. And so
can you say what it's called?
Yeah, it's called One Day. It's definitely has me singing at like the peak of my vocal abilities,
which is like beyond rational, because I've seen you in that environment, and so I know you got the pipes.
It's the high. I'll just say it's the highest full voice. Yeah, and you were the guy that was texting me saying, "Did you just do that full voice?" The Fleetwood Mac cover.
Yeah, we were at the Music Cares thing which was paying tribute to Fleetwood Mac, and you came out and did, which song was it again? I Want to Be With You Everywhere.
Oh, I want to be with you everywhere.
Yeah, and you were hitting those notes, man, and I was actually watching you perform it whilst texting you, going, "Go on, son."
Well, this is basically, I think it's in the same key.
Wow.
So when you hear it, yeah, and this is a get off your ass, make happen song.
So getting back to OneRepublic for a second, so the album is done.
If we had to compile an album this week, we could do it. Mm-hmm. but I'm kind of insatiable, so I will be writing up until probably September. But the dream would be to have an album out this side of the year.
Is Logic on the album?
If Start Again ends up on the album, then he'll be on the album.
Is anyone else on the album? And do you have any other features or anything like that?
I've been pestering McCartney, so
yeah,
that'd be a good one. It's a good question. There's a handful of people that I'm really into that I've been talking with about collaborating lately. Mark Foster from Foster the People, St. John, who I'm a big fan of. Who I'm a big fan of. I mean, there's a lot of the person who I definitely want to do something with is Tierra Whack. So yeah, I would say there will be some collaborations, and I have some new artists as well that I'm ecstatic about. So I will squeeze somebody in there for sure.
So the big question now, Ryan, for fans is, will you tour this record?
Yes, we will tour this record. We did the Honda Civic tour last summer, but then we didn't really do anything else. We will do Europe, we'll do Australia, we'll do the whole 9 worldwide. We plan on, once I get this train up and moving with this album, I have no intention of stopping it any time in the near future, meaning it will be single, then another single, then another single, then another single. We're just going to keep it moving because we've had a good year and a half to chill, and I'm gassed up. I'm ready to go.
So are we, man. We can't wait. OneRepublic, the album coming this side of the year. And Connection, of course, is ready to roll. Today's world record. Thank you for choosing us to help you share it with the world.
Dude, thank you, man.
Zane Lowe's world record.
Listen to every premiere and every headline record right here in Apple Music on Zane Lowe's World Record playlist.